YouTube, welcome back to another video. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Welcome back to another video. This video, we're going to be covering how I am going about training for an ultra marathon 6 weeks out. Okay, so obviously a lot of the videos I put out there are very much educational, but I think sometimes it's good to not just talk about my own stuff, but put it into like a real life scenario and just go through sort of an actual case study, because it's all good and well talking about stuff, but then it's also good to sort of see how it's all mapped out. Now, if you remember from the last time I documented a prep for an ultra marathon, I never actually did the ultra marathon. I didn't do it, which still haunts us to this day with the ego. However, I think from that I learned a lot in terms of you need to be mentally just as tough and switched on, and I didn't want it enough. Looking back, it wasn't something that drove me. Therefore, when things weren't going right, I was very just low and not thought, I just don't want to do it. So anyway, now I'm feeling far better. I'm in a lot more of a mentally stronger place. It's got a lot more of a deeper meaning. My routine has been absolutely perfect for these last few weeks, especially out here in Barcelona. It might well be quite a boring lifestyle for most people. A few of the lads I've been living with, going out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, down the beach, beers, paella, and I've just not really been doing that. I think because if I'm not running or working, I'm pretty tired, so I just want to recover. But I'm feeling really, really good. There's been no distractions here, ticking the boxes every day. Literally Monday to Sunday has been bang on. It's been like that now for 5 weeks. So I think each week, definitely feeling stronger. Each week, building that momentum up. And that's obviously allowed me to feel more confident in the running and obviously with the races upcoming. So definitely in a solid place, mentally feeling good. Body's also feeling strong. Strength in the gym's been sort of maintaining, which is brilliant. 3 sessions per week. No issues or niggles. Another good thing, or a thing I've really took into play of such these last sort of few weeks, is just education, learning more. Maybe something I've neglected at the start of the year, which I've spoken about in terms of my own education with training, and I'm learning a lot and I'm putting it into practice for myself, which is helping, in terms of like plyometric work, isometrics, how to structure sessions in a week. And then obviously that's also going to allow me to be a better coach for my clients. But from this perspective, definitely feeling good with training and everything in general. So how does my week currently look? This is a weekly overview of this week, which is, today is that Wednesday early afternoon. But this is how my week's been structured. So Monday is a full body gym session. Tuesday has been a tempo run. It was 16K this week, and it has been last week, because ultimately the tempo run is there. It's a 3K warm up, 10K at threshold, which is about 4 minute 38, 4 minute 40 pace, and then it's a 3K cool down. Now, the reason why I'm doing that, it's not really that specific, but there's not many hills around here. There's not much elevation in Barcelona, being quite a flat city. So I just wanted to raise my heart rate and intensity for a longer period of time to just almost try and replicate that. Granted, I'm not going to be running that quick in an ultra marathon, but I will be having to work that just as hard because of the different terrain, etc. So that's the rationale behind that. And then Wednesday, I had a 15K run in the morning. It was planned that Tuesday was an easy run. Wednesday was a tempo run. I did that once out here. It was a 10K easy run, and then it was a 12K tempo, which was slightly different. And I just noticed that run on the Wednesday, my legs were a lot more fatigued. So switch those around. Don't mind running with a bit of fatigue. Today 15K, legs were a little bit heavy, hips, etc. But I don't mind that, because it's just time on feet, and it just keeps me running a little bit slower, which is the main premise of that movement, of that session. Then this afternoon, full body 2. Second session of the week in the afternoon. Got some box squats, which is a little bit more power dominant as opposed to max strength, just because of obviously the fatigue accumulated over the last sort of 24 hours. That Monday session is a lot more of some upper body work with a unilateral split squat. So unilateral being obviously one leg at a time. And then some accessory works around my hamstrings for 45-degree hip extension, some calf raises, some hip work, some seated calf work as well, just because I want to get seated and standing, and some accessories to finish with some core, etc. And then the session, like I say, a bit more power, box squat being the main movement. Got some pull-ups, some weighted press-ups, single leg RDL, plank, and then a little circuit to finish, some side raises, carries, bicep curls. So sessions are 45 minutes to an hour, bang on, just more than enough. Keep me ticking over, keep me injury free, and keep me strong. Thursday is a rest day, which is very much needed. No alarm is set. Wake up whenever. Last week, I think I woke up at like 9 o'clock, which was unheard of. Normally, I'm up at sort of 6:30 in the week. Mondays to get work done, Tuesdays for the run, Wednesday for the run. So Thursday's a rest day, big work day. I'll go for walks. I'll go sauna steam room every night for half an hour just to help with recovery. It's just obviously nice to switch off as well from everything else. So Thursdays are really, really nice. I do enjoy them. Friday's normally a full body gym session. This week, slightly different. My long run and gym sessions are switching round just because Saturday I'm travelling to the next place and I've got to be at the train station for 11 a.m. or just before 11 a.m. So doing a 30k run on Saturday isn't really going to be the best, basically, because 30k run, then getting on a train, not what I want. So at least doing that on Friday, Saturday morning, I'll go to the gym, which is 5 minutes down the road, and then come back and make my way to the train station. Sunday is always a rest day. Now, from a nutrition aspect, baseline nutrition has been pretty set. This has been I've not really been counting calories. I've just been making sure to eat back on the days where expenditure is higher. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays are my higher calorie intake day. Tuesday with a tempo run, it does take it out of me, so I need to make sure I'm well hydrated and well replenished. Wednesday's a double training session, so again, taking that into account, I'm probably looking at close to 2,000 calories burnt, so I need to be making sure I'm eating them all back. So I'm definitely more conscious on those days. And then Saturday with my long run, normally go out for a meal Saturday night and I'll just sort of have whatever I fancy. It might be steak, it could be pizza, it could be pasta, just as many calories as I can, really. But baseline nutrition is meal 1, 4 eggs, 2 slices of sourdough. All my runs in the morning are fasted. I just make sure to consume a meal the night before that's high in carbohydrates, which is normally some oats, but I'll just do a little bit more than usual. Meal 2, chicken, rice, salad, bit of feta, bit of olive oil, lovely stuff. Meal 3 is normally a protein shake and a banana, one of the pre-made ones you can go and buy from a shop. I'm normally quite thirsty, so going for a drink is fantastic and obviously helps with protein intake. Meal 4 again, chicken, packet of rice, mixed salad, some feta, or I might even put avocado in instead. Some salt, nice and simple, bit of spicy sauce as well. And then meal 5 is 75 grams of oats, probably more than 100 grams of oats, dark chocolate, raspberries, honey. And if I'm running the next day, I'll add a banana in as well. So again, more carbohydrates. In terms of recovery, like I've been managing it well. At the start of the training block, I was doing a lot of steps. New city, wanted to get out and about, see what was what. Soon realised the place Barcelona just stinks. So my steps have been a lot lower on average. Obviously, the days I run, I don't try and count those because ultimately they are going to be quite high. But I was also playing paddle 2 to 3 times per week. So there's 2 of us now living together. There was 4 of us. So of course, if I didn't go and play paddle, no one else could play. So I felt a little bit guilty. So one week, I think we played 5 games of paddle in 7 days. And I noticed that my runs that week and the long run that week was bloody tough. And I hadn't recovered. So I had to think, right, that's probably not going to be the most beneficial. So something I've not done now for the last week or 2, feel much better. I'm also in bed 10 p.m. each night. Some days might have a nap in the day. Like today, I've napped because I think yesterday's tempo run, today 15k run, just hit a brick wall. I was looking at my laptop, so I'm going to go close my eyes. So that's that. And then the gym just found got a sauna steam every night. I'm going there half an hour, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. The steam room's hot. Shower, sauna, shower, steam, shower, sauna, shower, get out. Nice and easy. Nice way of decompressing. So that's the recovery element of things. And then in terms of the plans for the next 5 weeks until the race day, this week I will be taking a deload. So on Saturday, I'm going to a place called Girona until Wednesday. So my plan is Saturday, obviously, we'll be training in the gym and I'll be heading to Girona. Sunday rest, Monday rest. Tuesday, I will go and do a run. Wednesday, I'll see because I might be either leaving on the Wednesday or Thursday, but one of those days will be a gym session. And then when I get to my dad's house, which will probably be either the Wednesday or the Thursday, I'll probably do a run the first morning I get there, go and sign up to the gym, and then crack on with a normal routine, long run, etc. So that's the plan. That long run at my dad's will probably be around about 35k. I do want to get my miles up a little bit on the longer run, and also round by here, there's a lot harder terrain, which is good practice. So definitely will be doing that and be ramping up volume across the week. This week is 60k. I'd like to get it up to around about 75k. I think over the course of the next few weeks before then tapering down, because obviously I've got 2 ultra marathons and there's a 2-week gap between them. So it's going to be a real case of that first one, managing recovery, training, nutrition, and everything else to allow me to then be in my peak as well for that second event. And then after the 2 events, be another deload, and then I will be entering a new training block over the winter months. So from probably about October, I'll be going into more of a strength block. So I do want to get some decent numbers on strength movement, add a little bit of muscle tissue, just because obviously it's not been at the forefront for these last few months because of all the training for this. So I'd like to get strong again over the winter as well. It's quite nice just to carry a little bit more body fat and stay nice and warm. So that is pretty much where we're at. The plans as well for these next few weeks before I go into these ultra marathons. So for just give a little update, a little bit more detail in terms of where I'm at, how I'm thinking, and pretty much just give a little bit of an overview. So if you do want a plan that is similar, obviously with this whole strength and endurance and hybrid training, I've got a completely free guide. It's in the description. Completely free. It's got your training programs, it's got nutrition, it's got loads of information, loads of value, everything in there that you need, in my opinion, if you are looking to get into hybrid training or take things to that next level. So that is going to be in the description. Or if you would like to join one-to-one coaching with myself, whereby I'll obviously give you your training, your nutrition, get you to the goal, that's the main thing, get you to that desired outcome, then the second link will be to book a free 15-minute strategy call with myself where we can assess where you're at, where you're trying to get to, and then talk things through from there. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, a little bit more about where I'm at. And as always, if you did enjoy it, give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.